Oh. Oh.
Him. Welcome back, everyone, to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly, favoriteest, flirtatious neighborhood podcast host, Rita, with my friendly, favoriteest, famous, booked, and very fucking
You get
busy
on my nerves.
co-host, Whitney. Whitney just told me that she's got a bunch of celebrity gigs this weekend.
Oh my God.
So time is tight and limited. She gonna be over there with everybody, and she had to turn down an event with Kamala Harris, which is crazy to me because I love how everybody's getting on my ex's schedule, but I'm
But you,
not. It's
I'm
crazy.
sorry, friend.
It's not
I'm
okay.
sorry, friend. I'm
It's
so sorry.
it's actually not okay at all. But I was just telling our dear wonderful Whitney that I had a conversation with my wife this morning, and I had to be
hmm
clear and transparent about with her because relationships work on communication. And I told
They
her, I was
do.
like, "Hey babe, my ex is in town and she's going to be in Philly all day on Sunday campaigning. And I got to run over and see her and say hello and try and grab her for brunch. And I'm happy to say that my wife is secure and she was very fine with that. So hopefully I'll get to see
I like
Lala
your wife.
on Sunday. But yeah, Whitney was so busy.
Shush.
She had to turn Kamala down, which is crazy to
It's
me.
not like that.
It is like that. That's what you just said.
It's not like that. My husband is preaching, so I have to mother.
Okay.
I have to actively mother. So
Okay. Take the
I'm
baby
not
with you.
taking. I'm not taking my child into all that.
Okay.
Especially because I don't like outside to begin with. But like, y'all are really fucking weird.
They
Like,
are.
people are so strange.
They are. I'll give you that. I will give you
Especially
that.
like, I can't wait till this election is over. I can't wait till election season is over. I just, I like, oh,
You have
we're
been
not
very
into the
busy this
problematic people
season.
yet. We got to
You've
do our
been
listens.
you have been doing the Lord's work and really pounding the pavement to get the truth, to speak truth to power, to get the truth out there, to fact check, to redirect people to valid, value added news sources and professional journalism. And I could see the fatigue and the exhaustion. I don't see it because you are glowing. The box
Oh, thank
braids, the
you.
skin, it's just fantastic.
Thank you.
But I can hear the frustration and the
Girl,
fatigue in your throat. And yeah, I keep you lifted in prayer because you
thank
deal
you.
with idiots in a way that I no longer have the tolerance or patience for, but you're doing
Oh,
it for a good
oh,
cause.
oh, honey,
So bless your
I,
heart.
I used to take this way more seriously. I
Hmm.
used to take the comments particularly way more seriously, but I got a little email.
Oh boy.
I got a little email from one of the organizations I work with,
Hmm.
one of the creator organizations I work with, and they talked about how there are bot farms, entire bot farms, where
Yes.
people create fake accounts and literally just fill up creators' comment sections with essentially bullshit.
Yes.
And I knew that, but having that confirmed, like
Yes.
with actual data,
Hmm.
I said,
Hmm.
"Oh, bitch, we
Yes.
trolling.
We back
We
outside now.
trolling. Let's go." Because you're not a real person anyway. So, because
Use it to
you know
your
your
advantage.
your friend is a troll.
Yes.
Like I'm a
Yes.
troll for real, but I troll the trolls. And so, like yesterday, I made a I had a collaboration with Move On. Shout out to Move On, great organization. Um, where we talked about that lady that keeps popping up every 4 damn years,
Mm.
every 4 years to spoil an election, Jill Stein. And you know what? It's just a reminder. Some of y'all ain't never had no daddies that lied to you because y'all just believe any old shit anybody tells you. You want $1 million? Jill Stein says she's gonna get you $1 million. You want world peace? Jill Stein says she can make it happen in 10 minutes. You want
15 if she got to start on a Sunday.
right. You want, because we respect on Sundays. You
Hmm.
want climate change to be over so the polar bears are safe, and they're not looking sad on those little ice
Yo,
blocks.
that shit is heartbreaking.
It's
Sorry.
so sad. No, but for real, like I have a polar bear charm on one of my bracelets. I actually just put it on a new bracelet,
You
and
are so fly.
I love polar bears. I just think they're so cute. I wouldn't want to encounter one in real life, but on the TV screen, I like them.
Adorable.
So, oh, lovely over there. Uh, I told you, I don't like nature up close. I want nature to be away.
At a
I
good
want nature to
distance.
still exist. I don't want to be in nature, if that makes sense. But anyway, suffice all that to say, that lady keeps promising y'all the world, and y'all just be eating it up. Like, oh, she said she's going to help in Palestine. Do you understand that when you become the president of the United States, you also become commander in chief?
Yeah. Yep.
You become a warmonger. The warmonger that you claim that other people are
It's you
as
now.
president, that would be her. But that's only if she's viably elected as president, which is not going to happen. She's not even on all the ballots. So like, how's this gonna make sense? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, post that video, and like the trolls started right away. How much do they pay you for this video? I'm like, how much do you get paid at your job?
With your broke ass.
With your broke ass. But like, seriously, how much do you get paid at your job? And it's like, well, and I'm like, well, what? Like, do you not expect people? Do you not want people to be paid for their labor? Because there was a group of people who used to not want people like me to get
Yeah.
paid for their labor. So what are
Mm.
you trying to say here?
What are we
Hmm?
doing here?
Well, you don't believe, well, you don't know what I believe because, honey, I wrote this script ages ago. I wrote this script before I had the collaboration. I was making this fucking video. I would have made that shit for free. The fact that I got some ducats off of it
Come
and
on,
a cool
coin.
collaboration is just icing on the cake. But that shit was coming down the pipes for free. So I
That's
say
how
all
we
that to
got here.
say it's been an annoying cycle, but I'm about to be even more annoying. Let me show you something. Let me show you something that the Philadelphia Orchestra sent
Oh,
to me because
oh.
they are, shout out to the Philadelphia Orchestra.
Shout out
They're
to
a
the
lovely
Philadelphia
organization.
Orchestra. I love the Philadelphia Orchestra like since I was 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fred, if when I get
Yeah.
tickets, I'll send them to you.
Please do. Like
Because
when
I
my
can't go to
school
half the stuff.
when the schools would do like the gifted programs and they would take us to operas and the orchestras and stuff. That's where I fell in love with theater. Shout out to all the gifted kids who
Shout out
grew
to
up
them.
and
Shout out
then
to them.
realized that being smart is a liability. Yeah.
A curse.
Ooh, woo.
Um,
Especially
so
in these days and times.
they sent me.
Oh,
It is a
bitch, you got
tiny
a
violin.
violin.
It's a tiny
That
violin.
is adorable.
Do you know what a problem I'm about to be with this object?
Jesus,
They have
what?
sent me, guys,
They
they have sent me a tiny violin with the little, like,
a
you remember
bow.
like when we used to play the violin and you had to put like the sponge on here so your neck
Yes,
wouldn't hurt? They
yes.
sent me with the sponge
She actually has a tiny
in a little
violin.
fucking case. I'm about to be a nightmare.
You are. You are. You about to give the trolls hell. And I love that for you.
Let,
Friend, I
let me
love
hear
that
some
for
more.
you.
Could you please keep going?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't
the
hear it.
content is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Philadelphia Orchestra.
I'm
Y'all
sorry,
are
that
so
has nothing
dope.
to do with anything. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I too would like I am going to be incredibly happy when this election is over and they have announced the winners and the results. Hopefully, prayerfully, we get results on election night. But it looks like with things like early voting, mail-in ballots, the
Yeah.
reality is I think those days are kind of long gone.
Yeah, no.
Housing ever. I look forward to watching the footage of Kamala Harris on
Yes.
election night. I hear that she will be spending election night at
Mhm.
Howard
And
University. The bestest blackish shit. I know
oh my God.
I asked for box braids at the
You
inauguration, but
did. Look at you.
I just feel like the
If she
when
does
I
the
speak,
electric slide that
let me
night, I'm
let,
going to lose my shit.
let me tell you something about, how important it is to have your energies correct so that you can speak things into existence. Because I feel like since I've made that comment about the blackest inauguration,
Hmm.
her campaign has just gotten bigger and blacker and more colored, and I just love it. I'm ready for the text messages to stop.
Oh, oh,
I
oh, please leave me alone.
it's it's getting ridiculous. I've sent Act Blue my money. I'm not sending any more. Please leave me alone.
Please leave me alone.
I'm looking forward to celebrating, being
Mm-hmm.
on the celebratory side of this election cycle
Yes.
and
There
knowing
it is. Let's
th-
say that.
yes, that's what I'm looking forward to. And
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, we have what, less than 2 weeks? Is it less than 2 weeks?
I think it's
Tuesday
like,
after
yeah.
next.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to
Let's
be
go.
that is going to be an intense day. I've actually considered taking that day off, but I think in reality
And
it's the
should.
Wednesday that I'm going to need off.
Wednesday, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to the announcements that, we got this thing done and we don't have to
Mm-hmm.
deal with the second coming of Hitler, and that we can just, put on our chucks, our denim jeans, and our blazers and our silk presses and go out and celebrate with our girl. I have mentally prepared for the AKAs to be absolutely insufferable for the next 4 years. I've garnered that. I've spoken to the AKAs in my life, whom I love dearly. Um, y'all deserve. So yes, I
Mm-hmm.
am looking forward to the BS narrative stopping, all of the
Stop.
lies, the stupid polls. Like, I am a person who used to love politics. But since 2016, when I
Yeah.
found out y'all just let anybody run for president, I have been
Mm-hmm.
exhausted. So definitely looking forward
Mm-hmm.
to the celebratory portion of this. And yeah, I can't wait. It's been a long road. I'm gonna try and make it over to see Lala for brunch on Sunday, since she's gonna be in Philly. She's been in Philadelphia basically all week.
She basically just
Uh
wants to be here.
yeah, because she knows what
This
the deal is. She loves
this
me.
black ass city.
And she probably want me back, but we're both married now
You
and
know,
times
I feel
change.
like,
So
friend.
I hope that we can move forward with a healthy friendship with good boundaries, and the Secret Service will probably work hard to ensure that. So 'cause they be haters. They be
Yeah,
haters.
I can understand why, actually.
Um, but yeah, all good things. I'm feeling great. I've got no complaints. Make the Stallion drop some new music. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna do my auntie recap of Rat Beef
The
today.
auntie recap of
Yes, I have to
rap
do.
beefs.
Yes, because I have to yell at the kids and also explain to the
What did the
aunties.
children do?
Before we get there, what have you been listening to, friend?
Um, John Coltrane. I am very
Okay,
boring. I am
that's
very,
not
very
boring
boring.
at all.
I have a
Very
vinyl.
sultry. It's
I have a
giving
vinyl of his
sexy Whitney
hits.
era. Era.
I don't know what's happening to Whitney lately, but that girl is just outrageous. Just showing up to events wearing dresses and things and
Gowns, baby.
giving
Beautiful,
speeches
beautiful
in
gowns.
suits. And
Yes.
yeah, like I had someone tell me when we did the download launch party last week, because I wore a silver suit. They're like, "Oh, so you're the Beyonce in the room?" I said, "Absolutely not. I'm not that cool." I'm
But
like,
I'm
"I'm the Whitney in
close.
the room."
But you're real close. Real close.
Settle
I'm
down,
just
friend,
okay,
settle
I'm
down.
sorry.
But yes, John Coltrane. I actually got a vinyl of his hits, and when I get stressed out, I literally just go flip it on. And now Emmy is she gets to like listen to Coltrane, and I'm like, oh, what a cool kid you are.
What a
Like,
beautiful existence she had.
freaking cool ass kid. Just now she knows Coltrane. I'm like, you want to hear a little Coltrane? I'm like, yeah, let's go turn it
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little Coltrane. Where are you from? 3 years
Child.
old, asking for Coltrane.
You just add a nice glass of bourbon to that and you are
Not with the children
golden.
though. That's that
Not with
night.
the children, no.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Okay.
That's at night. That would be
Uh,
after bedtime.
that's
Yes.
fine. And
You know,
my head Coltrane is reserved for after bedtime, but
oh,
we're a little different around here. That's like when I play my
that's because y'all all
editing.
grown except for the teenager.
I
But
mean,
oh,
he
y'all all
taller
grown.
than us, so might as well be. But
Not y'all looking up at the boy.
I don't like it. It's very
Oh
uncomfortable.
no.
Somebody needs to help me through this.
You know what? You need to talk to your local officials.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talk to your local officials about that.
We'll get into that in just a moment.
Oh boy.
Um, but yeah, Coltrane's dope. I'm going to completely switch gears here because Megan Thee Stallion released a new project on Friday, which is known as
Hmm.
Act Two. Now, I'll be honest, when I opened up the track list and I saw like 30 some odd songs, I was like, what the
Lord
hell, Megan? I don't have time to go through all of this. I got like Halloween parties and stuff this weekend. How's it ever? So it's like a deluxe
did it.
album. So her last project, it just adds on to the other
Hmm.
project. But of course, there are 12, 13 new songs on here. Well, 12 new songs and then a remix to Mamushi. But the
Yay.
first thing I ran to was she has a song. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. I wrote it down. She has a song called Miami Blue, with Big Crit. And I'm just, I'm a Big Crit fan,
Hmm.
and I want more people to kind of celebrate Big Crit. I'm just not understanding why y'all aren't doing that.
I mean,
He's very talented, and I don't know, he's a great rapper, and I maybe because he's Southern, y'all don't get into it. But if y'all like
sounds like a hater to
Southern
me.
hip hop that sounds like 2005, then you are really going to love Miami Blue. She also has a song with Flo Milli called Rocksteady. And the reason why Rocksteady resonates with me, it uses the Sierra Goodies beat, and which was my era. That was like, okay, so like Goodies came out, I want to say my senior year of high school, which, in Philly we had 17 and older club. So that was like
Yeah.
my start of my outside era.
Yeah.
So to hear that, 20 years later, oh my God, 20 years.
Girl.
20 years. It's
Girl,
actually
why?
20 years.
Girl, why?
Okay,
Why would you do that?
now I don't feel as good about it.
Why you do that? Why? Why, damn it?
But
Shit.
to hear, my outside
God.
era songs being resampled by the new girls is cool. So if you haven't had an opportunity, just check out Megan Act 2. It's lots of, curl your hair, put on your makeup because you're about to go outside music just in time for the Halloween weekend. I have my costume ready. I'm so excited to share it with the world. Whitney, dressing up for Halloween.
Yes.
Are you allowed to tell us what you're going to be?
Yes.
What are you going to be?
So there's this little show called Bluey
Yes.
that my daughter has been obsessed with, loves it. We were the Bluey family last year, the healers.
Yes.
We were the healers last year, minus one because they have a family of four. We're a family of three, and we're a happy family of three.
I was about to say, are you about to make an announcement on this here
No,
podcast? Are you
uh,
sure?
nothing that I wouldn't tell you first.
Okay, I just, all right.
Jesus, what?
I
Nothing is in here but a breakfast burrito, okay? Um,
Please stop.
just I'm sorry. I was hungry. Um, so there's a little segment of the show where the two kids, Bluey and her sister Bingo, dress up as grannies.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just havoc. They just actually bring calamity and chaos. And we love it in this house when we see the grannies. So we're gonna be the grannies.
I'm here for it. I
It is
am
the goofiest thing I've ever done. And
I
my
love
kid loves it.
let me start by saying I love family costumes. Big fan. Big fan. But also I know you guys are going to be super cute and adorable, and yeah, it's going to be good.
It's gonna be
Yep,
great.
I can't wait.
Earl's gonna be this one right there. He's gonna be the one
Oh,
with the little head wrap.
not the head wrap and the
That's
glasses.
yes, the
This
glasses. I'm gonna
this
be the big one. So the bluey with the red and the green, and M's is gonna be the purple and the pink one. It's gonna be awesome. I made the costumes. I made them. So
okay,
I'm one of
see,
those.
one of your many
No, fabric
talents.
glue. Lots of fabric glue.
Fabric glue. Okay.
Because
We
I
don't
can't
judge here.
sew for shit.
So one thing that you may be surprised to know about me is that I could actually sew. It's
That's
like one of the
awesome.
very few domestic things
That's
that
so
I'm
cool.
pretty good at. I like sewing and I like ironing, but Yeah,
I
don't
love
tell
that for
nobody.
you. I
I
can't
hem
do none of those things.
I
I could
hemmed like
iron.
10 pair of pants like last weekend and it was like my joy. I had such a great time. Yeah.
Love
Hope.
this.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to I have to stop paying tailors and spending money. I'm not spending any money in November, so
You're having a no buy?
yeah, a no spend
A
November
no
is
spend November.
yes.
I love
I
it.
have
I'm gonna
started.
join you. Well, I can't join you in that. I have a whole birthday party to
Yeah,
plan.
well, yeah, sorry. Sorry for your pockets. But I'm excited for the party. Um yeah, I've budgeted for Christmas shopping. Officially started Christmas shopping 2 days
Ooh,
ago. I ordered my first gift.
ooh. How should get
Um
on that?
yeah, you should listen, girl, because the way October got in and out of here, unlike her bestie
Got up and
September,
left. No, September just was just hanging out, dancing to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
staying late, working overtime. But October said my
Bye.
ride's here and
Yeah, it's time to go.
grabbed the plate, never sat down, ate standing up, and stood by the door. So Christmas will be here before we know it.
Oh my God.
Just you have a small child at home, so Christmas is an exciting time for you.
And she's getting her big girl room. We're
Oh,
saying goodbye to the convertible crib. So the crib has converted into her big girl bed. She is officially too long for it, which wasn't supposed to happen till she turned 6. But because
I've
I
met
have
her.
given birth to the Nephilim,
She's very tall.
the giant child,
She's
and you could
tall.
just hear her tossing and turning in there. You could hear her like toes tapping the other side. I'm like, oh God,
So
it's so
dramatic.
it's really annoying. So like, fuck. All right. So we're gonna do her big girl room. I think I'm debating if we're gonna do it for her birthday, since her birthday and Christmas are so close.
Yes.
If we're gonna do
Double
it for her
dip,
birthday,
girl.
or if we're gonna do it for Christmas. I think we should do it for her birthday because I think I want to get her a bike for Christmas. I'm not really sure.
Oh, look at you
Trying to figure this
momming
out.
so hard and
I
planning out
know. Just
things.
trying to bring magic. Have a
I
magical childhood.
You're doing it.
You
You're
know, a
doing
childhood
it,
that she
girl.
doesn't need to recover from. That's the goal. What
Ooh,
was it?
ooh.
Oh,
No,
did
I
I
was just
hurt
gonna say who's gonna keep the therapist employed, and then I realized millennials. So
all the
they'll be
rest of
fine.
them people out
Yes,
there?
they'll be fine. Millennials are keeping the therapist well paid.
I'm
Well paid.
sure some Gen Zs are going to get on there too.
Oh yeah,
Get
because
on in there.
kids ain't wrapped too tight, but yeah, it's probably
Oh
all the
no.
Tide Pods. It's not necessarily them.
You know
It's
what? I don't think it was us that was doing it. I think it was some
no.
other them other Gen Z.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing,
But
I've also noticed this. White, and I need the white listeners to like help me out with this. What's y'all beef amongst the generations? Because like we don't have this beef among the black generations. Like we just be
no.
looking so confused. It's just like, I don't want to look like a millennial because it's so chuggy. And I'm like, first of
What the
all, what the
fuck is
fuck?
true? Call me that one more time and watch what I do to your face.
I don't even know what that shit
Watch what I
is.
do. Watch
Say
how I
what you want to
rearrange your
say.
eyebrows.
Say what you want to say. But the funny thing is, it's like I'm about to be an asshole. The style that they're aspiring to right now is literally just black woman.
It is.
And so I'm looking at my like Gen Z siblings and I'm like, what's going on with this? And they're like, they just eating their popcorn. Like, I don't know. We don't do that. I'm like, you're right.
We
We
don't
don't. We sure
love
don't. We
you.
don't have that. We don't have that beef. And I'm gonna tell you one more time. Stop bothering Gen X. We're trying to tell you, don't mess with them motherfuckers. Leave them alone.
If you think we're not wrapped too tight,
Oh boy.
Gen X was the entire generation completely abandoned by their parents. They know nothing but
My
abandonment and
chaos.
isolation
They will eat
and
you up for dinner
malls because they
and
spent a lot of time at
yeah,
malls.
malls. Malls
Leave
is
them
true.
alone. They are
Leave them
not nice
alone.
people. They
They
don't know
don't
how to be nice people. They don't know what to say
leave
out of
them
their
alone.
mouths.
Just leave them alone. Like your little feelings are about to be real, real hurt, sweetheart. And like, especially coming from somebody whose frontal lobe ain't closed all the way, I would leave. I would leave the Gen X alone. Like I would, because they're gonna do irreparable damage and then go back to their salads. Like
Yes,
they don't give a
yes,
fuck. Like they
yes.
don't care.
And they are
Feelings will
just
be
now,
hurt.
they're starting to enter hot flash season.
Woo!
Please leave them the fuck
Please,
alone.
Emily, leave them alone. Please, I'm begging you. And again, this is not from the in the black diaspora because we don't have these generational things. We don't
We don't.
care.
We don't.
Like at best, we ask somebody about a song they listen to, like, what you know about that song? And that's it. That's
And then
really all
walk
we
away.
do. And that's really all we do. That's it. That's all. But like this whole I don't want to be and what's the deal with this generation and I like y'all get out of here with that. Like stop
We're
it
all just doing the best we can, guys,
with what we have.
with what we have.
Hmm. That's it.
Whew. Um, two things. I'll break down Auntie's breakdown of rap beef real quick. This
Oh
probably
shoot, I
doesn't
forgot we were supposed to be talking about that. Sorry,
it's
guys.
fine. I've seen the demographics who listen to the show. We get the age printout every week. Nobody who really listens to this show also listens to Lil Durk. But I feel the need to explain this because it's so essential. And it just goes to show how
Oh
these
my gosh.
kids are so fundamentally different from rappers of our generation. Not to say that
Okay.
hip hop did not have violence, but this kind of violence and the way y'all record everything is actually stupid. So Lil Durk is a rapper from Chicago, and he had a companion. I don't know if you can call rapper friends companions, but he had a companion named King Von. And what we have learned, King Von was shot and killed in 2020 in Atlanta after um, he punched someone in the face and began to get into a physical altercation, a fisticuffs,
Lord.
if you would say. And the person who he attacked had a friend with him. That friend pulled out a gun, shot King Von. King Von died. What we subsequently learned about King Von is that he was labeled by Chicago PD as a serial killer and associated with 8 potential murders. So there's been some back and forth about, advocating for justice for King Von. I believe that anybody who was murdered deserves, their family deserves justice. Let me just put that out there. But Lil Durk was his friend. And Lil Durk has been rapping for years about getting revenge for the people who killed his friend. And one of the people associated with the murder of his friend is another rapper from Georgia named Quando Rondo. If you are 35 plus and you have been keeping up so far, you have had your coffee today, and I am very proud of you. Bitch, you doing a good job.
You're doing a good
So,
job.
Quando Rondo and his friend were held responsible for the shooting death of King Von. The charges were dropped based on self-defense. And then I want to say 2 to 3 years later, a cousin of Quando Rondo was shot. Turns out the feds believe that Lil Durk, the young man who was arrested over the weekend, is responsible for plotting this murder. So his friend
He,
was shot, and then he conspired to shoot the cousin of the person who shot his friend.
Lord, Lord. Wow.
Because I have a younger sibling, and because I am the bonus mom to a fantastic teenager, I try to keep up with what's going on in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so hard when these children who are rich and have found a way to amass millions of dollars
Mm-hmm.
in a small amount of time have
Mm-hmm.
also found ways to just squander that shit on lawyers' fees and federal prison sentences
I
and fighting
can't.
and killing each other because
I
I we
cannot.
we never victim blame, but I don't know why King Von decided to punch somebody in the face anyway, which ultimately led to the shooting. Because if I had as much money as King Von, I wouldn't fight anybody. I would go and get my money and then go in the house and take trips. I
Right.
want this drill rap culture
Mm-hmm.
to wrap it up. Like, let's
Mm-hmm.
wrap this shit up because you've got actual popular acts amongst the kids going to federal prison and fighting real murder charges for street beefs and like things people said on Instagram. I don't like it. So I had to put that out there because I just want hip hop to be fun again. And not to say that we didn't have violence in hip hop and, Snoop Dogg fought a murder charge and we've lost Biggie and Tupac. Those things happen.
Biggie and Tupac. Yeah.
But we are getting into this drill rap era where everything is hostility and animosity. And I just want Ludacris to come back and somebody to make funny party music. Please.
Yeah, the girls are doing that, but like the boys,
Yeah, the boys. The
the
boys. Can y'all
boys, get
stop?
together. Stop killing each other. God damn
Please.
it.
Please. It's
I just
just
wish if God had given me that amount of money when I was that age, do you know how many Pandora bracelets I'd own? Like, I would have Belle's library from Beauty and the Beast. Like, do you know?
Yeah. The
I
shit
would
that
just
I would build a beach in my backyard. Like
like
I would just
ridiculous
do
shit.
other
What happened to
fighting.
cribs?
What? Bring
Bring
that back.
back cribs. Why aren't y'all like doing that shit anymore? That was fun. Having a
No.
ridiculous car and like a amazing house. Like, what happened to that?
Why are we getting away from that? Like,
Why we get away from that? Where's the chain that's so heavy? No, we're not going to use the term that Luda used because that's an actual this is
it
slur.
looked like a little person was hanging from his necklace. I know the
Yes, it
line.
was a massive chain. What happened to those? What happened to the goofy, funny, like ridiculous stuff where we just go, oh, rapper name, and
Remember
like we see them just.
when B2K came out and like people were getting back to doing dance battles in clubs and shit? What a
You
time.
remember what a time? A
Time.
dance battle. Can
Um,
you imagine? And everybody went home.
and then everybody went home and people didn't
Everybody
get
went home.
shot. And
Nobody
we got
died.
Crown Fried Chicken. We went to the diner, maybe a
Absolutely.
Denny's, maybe a Waffle House, depending on where you were
Where
situated
you
on the
are, yeah,
coast.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we went home or got showered, dressed, and went to church and did it all again the next weekend. At least that's how I did it. I
Shower
remember,
Jensen went to church.
I remember getting in at like 4:30 in the morning and realizing
Mm-mm.
I had to be to church on time because I was worship leader that Sunday. I
Ooh,
was like, what
ooh,
a time. What
woo.
a time. What a time.
Never be me. I love being in bed by 11. I'm out of here. I don't want to
That
be here past 11.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
I wonder where I found the energy, but yeah, just my whole rant was make hip hop fun again because this is nasty. Like federal murder for hire charges when you're a millionaire is
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I need to say before we start cussing people out, that I missed the WNBA.
Oh.
Have been people on the internet because the NBA season has wrapped, championship games are over,
Mm-hmm.
and the women who have been getting into the WNBA are now trying to get into what they are calling the MNBA, which is the men's NBA, which I think is hilarious. Calling it the
That is
MNBA has
astounding.
me
Oh,
fucking crying.
I love it.
Um,
Yes. You know what? Yes, keep calling it that. Yep, the
oh,
MNBA.
maybe we.
Absolutely.
I'm just hoping maybe we can make the season a little longer, or I don't know, run them concurrently because I am missing the excitement of playoff basketball. And that just also seeing what the girls are wearing, that I have been
Yep.
inspired by the WNBA players and their sense of fashion. And to see
Fashion.
like a 6'3" girl wear dope ass clothes is
Just fashion.
really inspiring to me. So yeah, the MNBA has not been as exciting as I wanted it to be, but maybe the boys will pick it up. Um, that's all I got. Who would you like to yell at, friend?
Not too many folks today, actually. But I would like
Yay.
to remind I refuse
Oh,
personally, as a black woman who has been a black woman all her damn life,
the
who
whole
is
thing.
descendant of black women, um, who is descended upon the people who literally built this country for free, stolen people on stolen land, built for free. I refuse to be lectured by a white leftist about any fucking thing.
Ever. Ever.
When y'all made this pivot to come at the Angela Davis, who literally has been advocating longer than a lot of y'all
Have been
raggedy,
alive.
short banged, fang toothed, rude, nasty mouth assholes have been breathing. When we got to talk, because let's talk about how y'all lost the plot. Angela Davis endorsed Kamala Harris. And that comes as no surprise to me, being a black woman, knowing black women, knowing how the majority, because not all y'all, No, yeah, the majority of you Black women work. And it's so cute because it was like, oh, listen to Black women, and then one of the Black women speaks up, and now y'all want to talk about how she wasn't a Black Panther. And I know we touched on this last week, but
We
this is like a
did.
continuation.
Yes, because it needs to be continued. Because it wasn't even
It's
on
still
my
going.
radar until you told me
Mm-hmm.
about it, and now it is, and now I'm irked.
Yeah, I'm bigly irked. I want y'all to take every bit of theory, all them big ass words, and all that shit that y'all be saying in my comment section, and ball it up in a tight wad and swallow it so you can shut the fuck up. Angela Davis literally gave us the language of liberation. Angela Davis has been doing some of the groundwork for the Palestinian movement for decades, decades. Your baby ass just got here. You think that because you're so smart and so puritanical that things have to be perfect and lined up exactly the way you think it should be. When you haven't realized that you, like I said last week, you completed the circle between far right and far left because your anti-blackness is ruining the whole game. You're literally trying to advocate for Black and brown people over the seas while shitting on Black and brown people who are telling you, hey, y'all have not done the work to keep us safe. So what are we going to do here? Because y'all can have this Trump presidency happen, but I can't.
Ugh.
I'm a Black woman. I'm
Ugh.
outspoken.
I can't.
And listen, he's talking about locking up journalists. That's personal to me. These are my friends. This could be me. He's talking about exporting people, exporting, not exporting. That's not the right word. Um, that's wrong. You export items, but kicking people out the country who
Deporting people?
disagree. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. But people who were born here, that makes no sense for people who disagree. I'm gonna wrap this up by saying y'all have 5 more minutes of this bullshit
2.5.
before we start really embarrassing folks. Because how dare any of you who are new to the fight, who just got here, who just finished reading whatever, open your fanged lips about Angela Davis? How dare you? Like, get yourselves together. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Stop having that ego stroke of your moral superiority. Because guess what? Your moral superiority ain't stopping no bombs. Your
None.
moral superiority ain't saving no Black people here. Your moral superiority is literally what your ancestors had. The puritanical assholes who committed genocide, same thing, same deal. Humble thyself and sit
Please.
the fuck down.
And thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a great place to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey guys, we love to hear from you over at the Problematic Podcast. So if you've got a problematic story or a question you'd like to ask us, you can now text it to 609-316-6152. Again, the number is 609-316-6152. Standard messaging rates apply, and we love to hear from you. Now let's get back to the show. All right. And we're back. Whitney,
Yes.
is there anyone else you'd like to yell at?
Um, let's see. Who else has been like really, really crazy? Who else has been really, really annoying? You know what? I think it really was just the folks, the leftists, particularly. Oh, Black leftists. Okay.
Oh boy.
Your asses now. Um, this is a reminder that Blackness is not a monolith. Blackness is not a monolith. You can agree, you can disagree, you can have discourse, discussion, debate. All those things are welcome and encouraged in certain spaces. But when you start seeing anti-Blackness in situations, because one of my mutuals online, I forget his name, so I apologize. But he said it so eloquently when he said Black people are vibes people, and too many folks are not passing the vibes check. And when he said that, it resonated so deeply with me because I didn't have the words to express that. Because Black people are a vibes people. We can walk into spaces and determine like that if that space is for us or not. That doesn't mean it's full of racism. That doesn't mean that it's it's full of hatred. We can just determine if a space is not for us or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question is y'all's radar off?
Come on, somebody.
Because y'all are allowing spaces where people are telling you that everybody in the group by which you belong is wrong. Like I said, we're not monolithic, but we do monolithic shit. So like
It
operating as
happens.
a vibe, we're like, okay, there is no framework to protect us should this fascist guy come into play. Meanwhile, the white leftists, like I said, they can grow out their bangs, they can cover up their tattoos, and they can disappear into whiteness and be fine. They'll be fine. They don't have to tell anybody about the pronouns. They'll be fine. But this black skin don't come off.
It
This
doesn't. It's
shit does
here all
not come off.
week.
It's here all the time. We wake up with it. It's wonderful because it keeps us young and vibrant, but it's dangerous because of the bigots out there. And so is y'all's radar off? Because y'all have been jumping into my comment section too to try to say that to try to imply that black people are off by wanting to protect themselves. And I refuse to be shamed out of protecting my folks. Like I refuse to be shamed into out of protecting LGBTQ folks who will have like some outrageous legislation cast against them. Some of their marriages will be annulled. I have like trans people who just want to live in their truth. Y'all can't like fathom what another administration like this would do. They want to, I don't have to run it down. There's a whole entire 1,000-page document by which I encourage you. I know y'all not reading past two, but like if you could just, they're not reading
They're
past
not.
two.
They
These
can't.
these leftists,
They can't.
they're not reading past two. They have zero patience for anything. Um, but I refuse to be shamed by anybody, but particularly another black person who wants to cape for white people. I refuse to be shamed out of protecting my folks. Like I'm protecting my folks with my vote. Voting is community care. Voting
Oh, I
says
like that.
it's
I like
community
that.
care. Voting is community care because okay, I'm not trans, but I don't want any harm to come to trans people. You know, I'm not queer, but I don't want any harm to come to queer people. You know, pray like there's there I don't have to have something terrible happen to me, or I don't have to adopt an identity for me to understand that shit's fucked up and we got to protect each other. I don't understand why that's like such an
Mind
unrealistic.
boggling to you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and y'all are like, oh, we have to punish Kamala. Why? Why do we have to punish Kamala? What is it about Kamala that needs to be punished? Because what I hear when y'all say that is y'all don't know what vice president does as opposed to what president does. And okay, I get you have issues with Biden. That's fine. That's valid. You are allowed to have those valid concerns. What you're not allowed to do is to tell marginalized people who you have not built structures for, who you have not created safety nets for, who you have not done the work for, who you have not built community with, who you have not built infrastructure around, how we are to navigate places to make ourselves safe. That's what you're not allowed to do. White, black, whatever. Y'all can have your Katniss Everdeen image of like revolution where you go
You
hold up the little
whistle
fingers,
and
do all
birds
that.
come out and everybody's
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. But when it comes to my disabled neighbors, they would be some of the first people to go. When it comes to my neighbors who need, you know, their medications and things just to get through the day, they will be some of the first to go. When it comes to children, they will be some of the first to go. And I know that y'all are like preaching like, oh, we don't want children to be hurt in Gaza. I don't want children to be hurt in Gaza either. But I gotta be honest, I'm gonna be really transparent here. I'm very concerned about the children here.
Yes.
What are we doing about the children here first? What are we doing about the disabled here first? And if we can't even keep a leader in play who will protect our rights to protest, who will protect our rights to advocate, who will not deport us for disagreeing with them.
Even
What are we
when
even
we're
doing?
American citizens.
What are we
It's
even doing?
That is
What are we even doing?
terrifying.
And like, y'all aren't scared enough for me. I can absolutely 100% unequivocally say that I'm terrified if this man gets into office because I know the harm that he's done when he was just there for play. He's not going to be there for play the second time. And I need y'all to get serious. And it's not enough to say that you want to punish Kamala for stuff that she said or like didn't do because you didn't even do the reading. You don't even understand what this office is, like what this office is. And then here's a final thing. Let me just wrap this up in a little fucking bow. Some of y'all are so caught up in your own moral superiority
Ugh.
that you try to diminish what the American government is because you don't want to learn about it. And let me tell you something about my people, African Americans, Black people. One of the first things Black people did with emancipation was to educate ourselves. We got together, we learned to read because we weren't allowed to learn to read, don't you forget. We learned to read, we started educating each other, we started learning about different things. And do you know that so many it was Black men, because Black women weren't allowed to, but Black men got into government and started changing things. So I don't want to hear, I'm not reading all of that, or I don't need to learn all of that. Y'all just need to do what I say. When my emancipated
Ooh.
ancestors took the time to learn about this system that kept them in bondage forever to try to change it from the inside, and it was so impactful that the Klan was created. I don't want to hear that shit.
In
I don't want to
response
hear it.
to Black people reading and organizing. Like that is so
I
enough
don't want to
people
hear
do
it.
not understand the Reconstruction period when African Americans fresh out of slavery began
Fresh out.
educating themselves, became
Mm-hmm.
literate, and within a span of 5 to 10 years, not even an entire generation, were able to participate in civic engagement, and because we made up so much of Southern communities, we're able to run for political office. And as a result of that,
Yeah.
in the wake of the
Yeah.
Civil War and emancipation,
Yeah.
within one generation, the Klan was
Yeah.
created because they said, oh shit, the
We're
Blacks are
taking
free
over.
and they're reading and forming communities. We have to stop this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want to hear from any leftist, but particularly a white one. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, I'm not learning that. Oh, I don't have to learn that. Okay, well, fuck you because you're safe no matter what. But my people who have never been safe and who were literally imports, not immigrants, are took the time to learn about the system to try to change it from the inside. Get to work or get the fuck out the way.
Move over there.
That's it. That's all I got.
Way the fuck over there. All right.
Okay.
Well said. I love when Whitney, her box braids start moving and she start rolling her neck. That is my favorite iteration of Whitney.
I'm trying to behave.
Uh, we got a very
Oh
interesting
no.
story for you.
I'm scared.
I got nothing for this story, but you're mature and you probably do. Are you ready? We got help the babies. These are the babies. At least I'm assuming they're babies. They could be
Fine.
grad students. I don't know. Still babies in my head because, me at my big age of 37, if you're still
Listen, I'm
educating
almost
yourself.
40, child.
Whew.
I'm an inch away.
So one of the people has a name in this story. But give me one more name, young lady on
Can I
campus.
what's the first name?
Maya.
Maya Angelou.
You are okay.
You
Angelou
asked.
Angelou wrote, my roommate in front of 3 years, Maya, was evicted from our off-campus apartment for back rent, but she was basically couch surfing at our apartment during the week to be close to campus. One of the other girls, who I am not as close with, told the landlord that she basically still lived there and the property management barred her from the apartment until she can catch up and sign a new lease. And they sent us threatening letters saying we could be evicted too. The house is tight and everyone's talking behind each other's back, but Maya is working to get her money together to move back in. I think it's a bad choice to move back in since everyone is beefing and backstabbing and we aren't exactly sure who snitched. What could I say to Maya?
Oh,
This shit is
my
intense.
heart. Golly. Okay. All right. Okay. First of all, I want everybody to breathe. Angelou, you in particular. Um, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. This is that's a really difficult thing to deal with, especially when you're trying to finish your education. Um, I would tell Maya not to move back in. Straight up. I'm like, Maya, if there's somewhere else you can go, I would absolutely 100% go there.
Mhm.
Um, because the house is a mess. Like, people are arguing and carrying on, and the last thing you want to do is be put back in this situation. Um, people people be down on their luck. People don't be having money, and they like just are trying to do their best. And I think that unless it was like an egregious, terrible situation for everybody, that folks need to show some grace. What is it? It's the end of October. If you, Maya, I'm sorry, if you, Angelou, feel like really uncomfortable too, I would encourage you maybe also to find some other housing. I'm not saying move in with Maya. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to be in a good space, a healthy space for you as well. And nobody wants to come, like I've been in that experience where you have a really toxic situation with your roommates.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to be in that. Like, everybody wants, your home should be a place of peace. Like, your home should be where you get to rest your head, or you get to study, or you get to hang out with people that you really enjoy. And I'm not saying that conflict doesn't break out, but when it gets to toxicity, it might be time to like get out. I'm also going to say something. This is going to sound really paternalistic, and you can absolutely ignore this. Like, you can ignore all this. Like, you can ignore all this, if you like. But maybe it's time for a house meeting,
Oh yeah.
because I don't like ambiguity. I don't like bullshit. I would rather get
Same.
all of the nonsense out of the way and ask the direct questions. Maybe it's the journalist in me where I'm like, okay, what the fuck? You know? Don't ask it like that. Hey y'all, we do a movie night in the common room. Would love to have y'all. I'm a pop popcorn. And or even just, that was just like a cavalier way of doing it, but like, you can even be honest and be like, hey y'all, we all live together. I feel like it's time that we need to have a discussion amongst ourselves to be honest and frank with each other. Establish some ground rules, i.e., nobody talks over each other, i.e., no yelling and screaming. When it gets to be too emotional, we cut it off. Um, i.e., everyone is safe in this conversation, but with that safety comes accountability, that type of stuff. But just making sure that everybody feels heard and valued, because there could be reasons why somebody would snitch, as you say, snitch. Somebody could feel a type of way about, like, hey, I'm paying all this rent and you get to just stay here, and that's not fair. Um and trying to, even if you disagree, try to understand each other. Like, don't come from a place of let's fight. This is not an episode of Baddies. This
Yeah.
is It's not an episode. At least I hope not. It's not an episode of Baddies. Um, but just being transparent and honest and forthright and straight up with each other. Like, I don't like that Maya's not here. I don't like that we're talking behind each other's back. That's not the way I want to live. And I'm sure that's not the way a lot of you want to live. Like, this is not reality TV. This is our real lives. And we need to protect and preserve each other. So that's what I would say.
Always so well said.
Stop it, friend.
Because you're so mature.
No, I'm
Just
not. I just don't like fighting.
I don't like fighting, but also I don't like when people who, are trying to be adults cannot say things with their chest. I think a lot of the
Well,
tension that is coming is because y'all aren't communicating, and somebody, at least one person, is afraid to come out and say the quiet part out loud. Like, if you had an issue with this, before it got to us getting letters from our landlord, we live here. You could have said something. Welcome back, everyone, to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly favorite.
what
All
just
right.
happened?
I don't know. Like, the episode just started playing.
Oh, hey,
Forgive
girl.
me, guys. Um, pardon me. See if I can edit that out. That should be interesting. Um, But yeah, I do feel that people need to know how to communicate. And I think maybe in the social media era that might be a little more difficult for
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
to do face to face, but like Whitney said, having an opportunity to sit down, whether it be over popcorn or bourbon, and just saying, "Hey, this is how I feel about this." And we're paying rent, so the responsible thing to do would not have a person couch surfing, or maybe they're only here one day a week and they are your guest and they act accordingly. I think that would have been a much easier solution, but that's just me. Also, for Angelou, I think for next time, so when I know moving is not always easy, but now you know kind of what to look for when it comes to selecting who your next roommate should be or not be. So if you can stay there, that's great for now, but also just being acutely aware that these might not be the kind of people you want to live with. So that's me. That's really
Yeah.
all I've got. I wish there were more maturity in this situation.
Yeah, that's a doozy.
Got to keep Maya lifted in prayer because it sounds like she fell on hard times, but she's working to get back. And it's
Right.
hard when you're dealing with financial issues and you're trying to educate yourself. So,
Yeah, it's difficult.
yeah, roommates suck. And,
And do.
yeah, keep us
Mm-hmm.
posted. Let me know
Yeah.
how things worked out for you guys because
Yes, please.
I'm very curious to know. Um, Yeah, what went on with that? I really don't have
I
much
want to
else to
hear.
add though.
Yeah.
I do want to be kept up though. Keep me
Yeah,
in the loop.
please.
This
Could
is
you keep us in the loop? Because I'm interested.
yeah, very interesting. But
Yes.
that's all I got.
Yeah.
Any last words, Whitney, for the people out there?
If you have not, get your ass up and vote. Just like Jennifer Lewis said. I don't care who you are or where you work. Get your ass out and vote. That's what the lady said.
That's what
Early
she
voting
said.
has started in the majority of states.
Yes.
You can find out your information at vote.org, or your respective states. Like we live in Pennsylvania, so it's vote.pa. Um, get it together. Like, let's go. Let's everybody get your sticker. Let's go
Go get your
vote.
sticker,
Go
please.
get your sticker, please. Let's all vote. Let's make this happen. Don't be arguing in the comment section with trolls.
Oh.
Which that was for me. That was a read for me. It's just fun. It's just fun to bully them. It's fun to bully a troll.
Oh wow.
I am not a troll advocate. I am a troll like harasser.
Disciplinarian.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
it.
that. But that's all I got. Y'all be
Oh,
safe and drink your water and don't get sick.
yeah.
Don't get sick, guys.
Wear your mask and have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.